Hello friends, family, and other creatures of the sea, and welcome to a high-level game of StarCraft 2 between two fantastic players in their own right. In the bottom left, spawning as our Blue Protoss player playing for Team Alpha X. It is the one, it is the only, Zoun. And in the top right, as our red Terran player, setting out an early SCV, it is SpeCial for Storm Gaming. Alright, what do we have over here? This feels to me like an eBay block coming out of SpeCial, with a cheeky scout moving towards the far right and indeed being rallied on towards that natural base location. Sound scouts around for any potential proxies, is not going to find it, but might, is going to find something even sweeter. The ace up the sleeve that SpeCial had is falling out. That's why I don't put aces up a t-shirt. It's too obvious. So I'm not pulling any workers down quite yet, but surely should get a couple of these workers down here right about now. I mean, he should definitely know what this is. And can just pull 2-3 workers. It's gonna go for 4. Okay, I don't mind that completely. 4 workers, a decent number. It's going to allow you to fight off that SCV and take out the eBay at a pretty rapid pace. Ooh, beautiful movement there out of the SCV. Gotta get a little bit lucky there as SpeCial. It made the entire horizontal from the right side to the left side, and you get like 2.5 seconds of extra building time there while it's being invulnerable. It can't be hit by any of them workers. Reaper is being sent out. eBay is going to get cancelled. This is a single gas opener, not with a gas first either. So this is just a standard single gas opener. And we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen from here on out. We have a high ground command center. Ooh, actually, what is that going to be then? What is that going to be? I don't know. Second Reaper. Okay. Don't completely dig the second Reaper, honestly. This feels like an adept trap in a way. It's like saying, hey, I hope you move out with your first adept straight away across the map. And if you do that, then my Reaper is going to be waiting for you. First adept is really delayed, by the way, may I say. Usually finishes up at 2 minutes and 20 seconds into the game, but instead will finish only solid 10 seconds later. Stargate gets built at a pretty standard timing, 2:29-ish. Not the end of the world. Double Reapers make their way across the map. Follow-up is going to be 3 racks. I've seen a 3 racks recently somewhere else already as well, so perhaps a build order that Terran's feeling good about these days once more. They want to throw it out there if they can. Don't completely mind that. Don't completely mind. It's very good against Stargate specifically. Oop, big damage on one of the 2 Reapers. Don't really think that SpeCial should continue pressing on with that Reaper push. Just use them for scouting. Maybe pick off an occasional probe here or there. Try and figure out what the tech is. I think if you can get the tech, it would be absolutely huge. SpeCial, of course, once maybe a little bit more is going to go in. Second grenade gets thrown, will not quite hit that Stalker. As one worker gets taken out, second worker will fall as well. And the scout comes in. I think this honestly was the best case scenario that SpeCial could have hoped for. Kills 2 workers, scouts the Stargate, and forces a graviton beam here out of the Phoenix. So it's just a huge fan of how this early game went for SpeCial after a relatively mediocre start, because that is really what it just was. eBay is being thrown down now. Ideally, SpeCial manages to deny the Phoenix scout, but because of the double Reaper, you're just delaying your Marine production. So there's only 4 Marines. It's difficult to stop this Phoenix from seeing absolutely everything. SpeCial is definitely trying, but is not going to succeed. Every single barracks will get spotted. Third Phoenix is not going to be produced there. Instead, we have a... Ooh, look at that. He changed his mind. He definitely did change his mind there. So he wanted to start this with a robo, and I would have really liked that in a way. You're like, hey, like robotics facility here into that Phoenix Colossus, but instead we're seeing a Twilight Council, but a Twilight before third. The problem with Twilight before third is that you're heavily reliant on your opponent pushing out and you completely crushing that push. If you don't completely crush that push, you're going to be in major trouble because your eco sucks and you have an army that requires superior numbers. While if you're playing with a Colossus, your third is a little bit delayed, that's not really the end of the world. Because, well, honestly... Ooh, what's this? Oh, this is 2-base Storm maybe. Because with Colossi, you're going to have better trades, even if you're down supply, is what I was going to say. You can have less production facilities as well. I think this is Storm. Right? Phoenix into 4 gas. Probe makes its way across the map. Okay, I'm really confused as to what this is, honestly. This is a new build order. A completely unique game, as they would say in chess. He just continues Phoenix production as well. There has to be a TA at this point. Where are you? Templar Archives. There's gonna maybe be a proxy gate here. Charge is going to finish in about 30 seconds from now. I'm loving the chrono boost on that. It's important that scouting will get denied of the 3rd base. Really, really important. Zoun fails that. And the moment SpeCial sees that, he should realize what's going on and move back home. Splits up his army in 2 parts. Absolutely do not move up this ramp, my friend. Please don't move up this ramp. This is a huge error. Being out on the map is a huge error. He's going to try and snipe this probe. And now, I mean, this is a free fight here for Zoun. He can just charge this. He can definitely just charge this. Lift a couple of these Marauders. One is going to get taken out. Second one's going to get lifted here as well. 1 stim gets used. Second stim will need to be used soon. Where's the Phoenixes for the backup? Here we go. 1 Phoenix. 2 Phoenixes. No, 1 Phoenix going to get targeted down. Great little defense here out of Zoun. Lose another Phoenix. Actually kind of sloppy. Until that point, probably the perfect defense. Now, I was surprised by the 4 gas because unless you're rushing into a Templar Archives, it makes no sense, and we're kind of seeing that come into play right now. 900 gas in the bank with only 300 minerals. Now, we do see Zoun breaking through, so maybe it's not even going to matter, but at the same time, SpeCial, 50 workers against 44. 3rd CC hasn't started yet. Instead, we're going up to barracks 4 and 5. And now we get that Templar Archives, but it's so ridiculously late. The eco for Zoun is hot garbage that, despite how the terrible push that SpeCial just did, it almost feels like he's still in a very playable position. Yes, his army supply isn't perhaps as high as he would like, and sure, there is decent infra. Actually, 5 gateways is not that much. It's not a whole lot. There's no upgrades either. We already have an armory on the way. The moment 4 to 6 mines come out, with the hidden armory thing, you know, they continue being burrowed after shooting, or continue being invisible after shooting. Oh, come on, SpeCial, not through the watchtower. Not through the watchtower. We'll need to take the watchtower right now with the 8 marine drop. For Phoenix not going to be enough to deal with it, surely. Yeah, that was a sound playing so sloppy, losing 2 Phoenixes already in this game for no reason. 1 Phoenix with a reason, so I'm not going to complain about that. Once again, SpeCial just walking straight through a watchtower here. Not sure why he wouldn't take this path and then hug the edge over here. Now he's just giving away where his army actually is, and that is usually a pretty sizable error, honestly. He's trying to sneak by, but of course that's just not going to be possible. The problem is that SpeCial believes that it might be possible, and that's a real issue. Double mine's going to burrow, dig in. Okay, here comes SpeCial into the natural. Perhaps can take out a couple of probes, more than a couple of probes. Might be capable of just sniping 7, 8 probes. Not that bad. Can't afford to lose this medevac though. Main base, I think a medevac got taken out as well. Mine is going to end up going in here. Gets a shot, but just gets a single kill right away. Still some marines out here. Another mine shot is going to connect. As double drops heading towards the far left side right now, in towards the main base. And that I'm a huge fan of. I'm actually a huge fan of that. Marines coming in large, I think, should be capable of saving absolutely everything. As +1 armors on the way as well. And this is still just purely relying on 5 Rex unit production. This drop is going to enter. The moment the first Colossi is out, I think this push falls pretty flat. Because it's very reliant on Marines. 30 Marines, only 4 Marauders. Colossus is going to perform extremely well against that. We do see our first Colossus on the way right now. This is interesting too. This drop moved out once more. There's no blink, so yes, Stalkers are nice, but they can't really catch a drop, and they also can only defend 1 area at the same time. Oh, Zoun getting caught out of position just a little bit. These Phoenixes move in right now. Rather than using them to lift things, we see it used to drag on top of those Marines. Doesn't mean that the potential drop is going to deal more damage, but there's Stalkers in the main base, and SpeCial will get pushed away. Third base finally on the way. 127 supply against 117. 1-1 against 0-0 with +2 on the way already here for SpeCial. +1 about to finish up for Zoun. First Colossus is out. Second Colossus is about halfway done, and Thermal Lens is a little less than halfway done as well. At this point, good force field will a lot of these Marines, and Marauder production will need to start right away. We see Vikings being produced on top of that. Oh, we had a double mine drop kind of coming out of nowhere. It's also going to do absolutely nothing here, I do believe. Yep, Zealots and Stalkers make short work of that. Once again, these drops moving in with the weak medevac in front. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It's like trying to tank damage with your brain. It's like one of the most vulnerable part of the human. I might not want to do that. So someone's hitting you. Start protecting your hands with your head. Haven't seen that move quite yet in a boxing match. Protecting his arms with his liver currently. Not quite sure how effective that is going to be, but you know, it is what it is. One medevac's going to get sniped for free due to that. That's just a little bit painful. As long as the fourth base doesn't go up within the next minute, I think SpeCial will be in an okay spot. Third base is starting to mine right now. Upgrades continuing, and hence shockwaves as well. This fourth base is really, really important. And the moment that a Protoss can easily stabilize on 4 base on a map like this, it's going to be so difficult for Terran to do anything. It will give the Protoss a lot of kind of time to set up run-bys, to set up a prism perhaps. I'd love for this gateway to finally be taken out, because it has just been insanely impactful so far in this game. Just the constant run-bys are so annoying, forcing you to keep units at home at all times, which is just insanely frustrating. Just oh so frustrating. Fort Nexus over here, and it's gonna be close. It's gonna be a close fight here. So Ghosts are out. This run-by is going to be big. It's actually going to be a huge run-by. Very, very important here. Very, very important. Where did that scan go? Why am I not seeing it on the mini-map? Okay, here we go. Research. Positions himself. There's 3 Colossi. There's a lot of Marauders here. There are Ghosts with EMP, and this is a 2-1 army. 1 EMP is going to hit right in the center of this comp. I actually think SpeCial shouldn't engage here, yeah. I like this a lot. I like that he moved back. I think that is 100% the correct call. We need a hold position here on the Zealot Zoun. Hold position on SCVs instead, and a hold position on the Zealots as well. So both players making the correct call. A couple of workers did end up dying. Behind this, I believe that SpeCial should have actually built a Fort CC, but he didn't. And because he didn't, he's now kind of forced into attacking into a position where he doesn't really want to attack into, I believe. He's going to cancel the fort again. The entire point of playing around the fort cancel is to get your own fort up, and then go quickly into 8 racks. Behind that, I think, have superior infrastructure, superior eco as well. Now we finally get that fort base, but it feels like it was a little bit late. One of the most common things to do is to set up a push that is supposed to break a fort while cutting unit production to then build a fort command center, add the infrastructure, and then start building units again. But instead, SpeCial continued building units. Definitely did help against the Zealot run-bys, as 2 Disruptor shots going to connect with 2 Ghosts and 1 Marauder. Viking count still pretty high. SpeCial continuing to fight into this. Super Battery is being activated without any real fight happening. That is surely interesting. This Nexus is at a position where it... Ooh, good movement, oh my god. Unlikely movement, but very good nonetheless. Vikings in the air dealing a lot of damage against those Colossi as well. 1 Colossus gets taken out. I think SpeCial can actually continue pushing. 2 more Ghosts coming in as well. Of course, SpeCial doesn't know that Super Battery already has been used. Doesn't want to lose that army to a Super Battery. This fort base is just so vulnerable right now. There's absolutely no way it's going to survive in a longer game the moment SpeCial figures it out. The only thing is SpeCial needs to figure it out. It just makes no sense. Yeah, this is scary. This is very, very scary. I love the push out of Zoun, because this kind of screams desperation push. And probably is kind of a desperation push. Big Disruptor hit there. Coming in immediately. 165 supply against 160. Second Disruptor shot hits 3 Marauders over here on the bottom side. While at the same time, Colossi dealing some damage up top. Supply still relatively even, but as the Viking count gets reduced, no, still pretty even actually. And no more Vikings. It's also something you don't really need anymore. Just a single EMP remaining. Can hit it in the middle of this army. That's a beautiful EMP right there. 2 disruptors remain. Ooh, double drop gets sent out. Look at that confidence here in this hold. That is beautiful. That is some great confidence here coming out of SpeCial. I'm just not sure if he should have been this confident though. Can he actually hold? Oh, he might use it as a bit of a flanking attack. Going to snipe 1 disruptor with that maybe? No? Yeah, would have preferred if he had sent it across the map all the way. Would have been better. Might actually end up flying through a watchtower once more. Or just fly to a watchtower to gain some vision there. Also fine. This left side base is actually irking me at this moment. Should not be up. It's in a ridiculous position. Difficult to defend. The moment Zoun loses his map control, he pretty much loses the game the moment SpeCial figures out what's actually kicking off. Nothing is going to get hit by that first Purification Nova. Second Purification Nova though. Takes out a single Marine. Look at this. There's no defense here. This is just relying on your opponent not figuring out what's happening. And that's a scary thing to rely on if your opponent is SpeCial. Uh-oh. This is also a scary thing to rely on. Well, 2 disruptor shots gets decent connection. But 6 disruptors will end up falling. Not a great trade here for Zoun. Oh my god. This left side base is so annoying. It is just so frustrating seeing this happen. If SpeCial were aware of this, this game would be completely over. What an insane play to make here out of Zoun. He's putting all of his eggs in a basket, and it's a basket that doesn't have a handle. That's obvious, you know, it hasn't been used in 5 years, has mold on it. It's a crappy basket, you know. This is a basket where you don't want to put your eggs in, but for now the basket is working, and it's starting to seriously piss me off. There's a lot of cash in the bank for Zoun, which he should not have. At this point, if this topside base gets taken out, and the workers... Wait, what happened here? What happened here? What is this? Something wrong with the map? You made? No made? You made? What is problem? Muti money? Oh. Really? I don't know. I just made map. We already playing? What is Muti money? What does this mean? Gotta translate it. Muti money. Maybe it's a... What? It's a wrong map or something? This base has 20k resources. So do these. All of these. This is a ridiculous map. This was a tournament game. This was played in Atlanta. What is this mod? I was wondering how they had so much money. How did they have so much income? I was like, man, this guy's been on 3 bases forever. What's the gas? There's 25k gas in the assimilators. I didn't realize this at all. That is hilarious. But also kind of weird. And this has been a major advantage as well, may I say, for Zoun. Because SpeCial had a way faster forward base. This is ridiculous. They're playing on a mod. Oh my god. I don't think this ever happened before. Not that I can recall. One time in Warcraft 3, I played a clan war against a guy. For people not aware of Warcraft 3, you have heroes that you need to level. And it's the most important thing in the game. And there's an item that you could get in the campaign called a Tome of Power. Oh, hold that thought as we have a big fight. Item called the Tome of Power that would instantly level up your hero 1 level. And this guy played in a clan war against me and made a map where there were 5 Tomes of Power, or 6 Tomes of Power hidden in a corner. And throughout the game, he would just grab a Tome of Power in a location where it wasn't very common. And I completely got destroyed by him. And I just didn't understand how it was possible. So I watched the replay and I saw him pick up the Tomes of Power. And I was like, ah, well, that makes a lot of sense. That's the only time where something like this happens. That was obviously on purpose. This wasn't on purpose. But it's a really, really silly scenario. This entire game is just ridiculous right now. Taking out bases actually is irrelevant. Like, it doesn't matter at all. What? Because you can just mine from the main forever. Look how much money Zoun has. He's just mining from the... They figured it out 17 minutes in. Oh my god, this is hilarious. But insane. I can't believe this happened. I actually can't believe this happened. This is a good drop. Everything feels so insignificant now. Killing workers is really important, but taking out outside bases is almost irrelevant. I can't believe I didn't notice it either. I can't believe neither did they notice until 17 minutes in. Like, your main and natural should have been mined out years ago. $20k resources per mineral patch. He's taking out this planet. It's irrelevant. There's enough. Look, you can just look. Why did he transfer SCVs away from the third? Why did he transfer SCVs away from the main? SpeCial is playing this like it's a real game. He's transferring more workers to the outside bases, despite the main and the natural and the third still having full minerals. He's long distance mining from a fort. This is the dumbest game I've watched in my life. Why? This had to be a regame. An admin should have stepped in. I guess there was no admin in this game. This was played, I think, in one of the group stages. This is ridiculous. This is actually ridiculous. The game is pretty over, I think, at this point. I'm still surprised that we're seeing, like, more than 3 bases. Honestly, you don't need more than 4 bases in this game. 4 bases, you sit forever. As a Protoss player, this is the dream. My friends, this is really the dream. Why are we not mining any gas, though? That makes no sense. I think SpeCial's starting to realize, wait a second. I can mine from these as well. Why am I trying to take 5 bases? It makes no sense. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. That is so silly. That is so dumb. I can't believe this. I can't take this game serious anymore. It's just... SpeCial is dead, by the way. Like, completely dead. I have no clue what would have happened, though, if this wasn't this map. This is obviously extremely Protoss favored. This is extremely Protoss favored. GG, yeah. Game over. Wow. 17 minutes in. Go, go. Shaggy map. This is so silly. Well, okay, that's it for me. Thank you all for watching. Actually, let me check what game this was of the series. I'm so curious. This was Atlanta. I think this was Group Stage 3. Surely this was Group Stage 3. With, what was it? Zoun versus SpeCial. Okay, this was game 2 in a best of 3. It was the losers match. So it was somewhat important, especially because I believe SpeCial would have probably won if it wasn't for this stupid map. They should have regamed this 100%. They really should have. All right, that's going to be it for me today. Thanks all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.